I think if you're in that space where you just settle for anyone because you don't know if there's anyone specifically for you, you don't think that there's anyone that's going to be good to you, you don't think there's anyone that's supposed to be loyal, because I hear a lot like all men cheat. Like, that is not true. But if you speak it, you're going to get a man who cheats. So again, watch your words. What's poppin', people? Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we are going to be talking about cheating and why, for the life of me, I don't understand why people, especially Christians, settle for an unfaithful partner. I don't get it. I don't understand it. Biblically, God even says that is basis for divorce. So why stay when you're not even married? Like, we're going to figure this out. But before we do that, don't forget to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, share it with a friend, and leave a comment down below if you have any questions, want me to elaborate on anything else, or if you want me to piggyback on something and talk about it in a different video. But for now, let's get started. So the first thing that I want to point out is Matthew 19:9, where Jesus literally says that you can get divorced if somebody cheats on you. I'm paraphrasing, but I put the very serious so you know exactly what it says. And that is in red in the Bible. So that's Jesus talking. So I really want to understand the logic behind that new thing, respectfully cheating. Because I don't see how that word respect and cheating go hand in hand, because you are now being disrespectful by being unfaithful. I personally think it's a lot easier just to leave the person if you don't really want to be with the person. Like, what's going on? Second thing, we're talking about the last fruit of the Spirit mentioned, which is self-control. So when you're talking about self-control, that's not just with your eating, that's not just with your words, that's with your body, that's with your mind, that's literally with everything. And so when you are cheating, you're not operating in self-control, because that part of your self-control should be like, whoa, hey, I'm with someone, I need not to do this. That is self-control. Now, I'm not bashing cheaters, because I do feel like every person can change if they want to. And if you are with someone who's cheated and they've cheated multiple times, but you have gone to the Lord about the situation, completely different story. If the Lord tells you to stay, stick it out for whatever reason, you do you. I got nothing to say. But for those people who do not even go to the Lord and ask, should I stay? You're going off what the world says. I would love to know why. Because that whole respectfully cheating, I saw somebody talk about it, and to them they were like, oh, that's basically don't have a baby on me, and whoever he or she is, keep them in check, don't let me see it, blah blah. But other than that, everything is fine. When did that become a thing? Like, I know some people like, oh, in the Bible they had this many wives, they slept with cousins, blah blah blah. First of all, I always wondered why that was a thing, like why that even happened. But if you think about it, they kind of had no choice but to sleep with relatives and to sleep with many women. Not making an excuse, because God never said that that was okay, he just allowed it. Back then, they had to sleep with people in order to procreate. So when Adam and Eve had children, they had to have a boy and a girl somehow in order to make more, and that boy and that girl had to sleep together to make more. So that's how that is why they slept with relatives. And then when men have multiple wives, just think about it. If someone has multiple girls and you're not really having a lot of men, you want these girls to make more people. You want to populate the earth. So I personally believe that is why they had a lot of wives. Obviously lust too, but I do think that's one of the reasons they wanted the women to basically do what they needed to do and have babies back then to populate the earth. And again, the Lord never said that's what he wanted. He never said that that was okay. He allowed it. He gave grace and mercy. So do not be like, oh, well, in the Bible they cheated, blah, blah, blah. First of all, the Bible, people in the Bible are not perfect people. They're people just like you and I. So if they did cheat, if they did step out, what have you, they're human. They're not like, every part of their life is not a good example. So again, do not use that as an excuse to tolerate cheating or to cheat. And something I've always wondered when I hear about women staying with men who've cheated or men who stay with women who cheated is, what is the why? Like, why are you with them? I understand if you have children, I understand if there's a marriage, but if you're in that dating phase, like, what is the reason for you staying? Now, if you follow me on my socials, if you follow me or you subscribe to my channel, you know I am all about having a relationship with the Lord, speaking to him, actually communing with him, and having him give you direction. So again, if he gave you that direction to stay with that person, what have you, for whatever reason, by all means, be obedient and do so. But a lot of people do not ask. And the thing is, like, when you ask, you don't even ask before you get in it. You ask afterwards. And then when you're in it, there's already feelings attached. So when there's feelings attached, regardless of what the Lord says, it's going to be hard for you to pull away because now you're attached to that person. I talked about soul ties about 2 weeks ago. So if you're already attached to someone and the Lord is basically saying to detach, it's going to take you a lot longer to detach because you're already attached, regardless of what he says. And for a lot of Christians, I know for myself, like, one thing that I struggled with basically when I was younger was, well, I'm this kind of girl and this guy seemed to like that girl, and he like, this is what's glorified on TV. I need to dress this way, I need to talk this way, my hair needs to be done so many ways, I need to have attitude. Like, you're trying to become what the world is like saying is good, or what the world is saying is attractive. But then you have to ask yourself, do you want a worldly man or do you want a godly man? And if you want a godly man, you don't have to do anything the world is doing, because he isn't going to be attracted to that anyway. Like, that's not going to be one of the things that he looks at when he's looking for a wife. He's going to be looking for what space specifically suited for him as a godly man. He's going to want a godly woman. And again, as Christians, why are you settling? Like, why are you settling for less? Why are you settling for someone being unfaithful to you? Like, what happened along the way to make you think or make you say to yourself, is as good as it's gonna get? I have to stick this out. This person is the only person for me. Like, again, if the Lord didn't tell you that, what is going on in your mind to tell you that this is the only person on this earth for you? Now, I was debating on saying this because I was like, Lord, it's like a tough thing. But I think if you're in that space where you just settle for anyone because you don't know if there's anyone specifically for you, you don't think that there's anyone that's going to be good to you, you don't think there's anyone that's supposed to be loyal, because I hear a lot like all men cheat. Like, that is not true. But if you speak it, you're going to get a man who cheats. So again, watch your words. But saying all that to say, ask the Lord who is for you, and he will show you. It may be someone you already know, it may be an ex, it may be the current person you're with, but there's always a timing for things. So when you ask the Lord, is this person the one for me? Is this person not the one for me? You kind of have to prepare yourself for like the yes, but wait. Yes, and stick it out. Because you have those people who were like, okay, I heard the Lord say yes, or I think he said yes, but he's not really my type, or I don't really like him, or that's not what I thought in my mind, like, I don't want to be with him. If you ask the Lord a question and he answers it, you have to settle within yourself to be like, okay, somehow, some way, this is going to be for my benefit because you said so. So if I like it or not, if I have to wait, if I have to do whatever else, I'm going to do it because I know you said it, and it's going to be great when the time comes. And I'm not, like, the person that you're with, let's say they cheated in the past. I believe people can change. I said that before. I believe people can change. But I will say, just because you are with someone and God may have given you that confirmation, you need to ask him and be like, okay, you said yes, but are we supposed to be together now? Because just because you can be like, okay, I know this is my soulmate, I know this is the person I'm supposed to be with, that does not mean you're supposed to be with them right now. Once the Lord tells you yes about someone, now your job is to focus on yourself, because you know that there is someone out there for you. He made somebody for you. So if you had that question, he answered it. He said basically, yes, I have someone on this earth for you, but not right now. So when you have that not now, that is a time for you to focus on yourself, reach your goals, become the woman or the man that you want to be. When that happens, who knows when that's going to happen? We don't know the time frame because God really doesn't do those. I really wish he would, but he does not. When that happens and he brings you guys together, you're going to be two whole single people coming together, becoming one people. That does not mean that you're going to be perfect or he or she's going to be perfect. It just means those little kinks, those little trust issues. It means those like insecurities, prayerfully you've worked on them, and you guys kind of are on the same page about the life you're wanting, and how do you want to raise your kids and your morals and your values. Hopefully those things level out. But again, you have to ask. And if you don't ask, you are honestly, I'm going to say, you're honestly kind of setting yourself up to fail, because now you're going into relationships blind just because you want a relationship, or you're scared to ask because you don't want to hear him say no or yes or wait. And a lot of people that do that, they end up settling because they're like, oh, well, this guy did this to me, so now I have trust issues, so I'm bringing it over to this relationship. And all right, now this guy did the same thing, or this girl did the same thing, so now, okay, this is all people. So now I have this mindset of, if you respectfully cheat on me, we're good. No. You're supposed to be waiting. You're not supposed to be selling. The Bible never says to settle. Like, I don't understand where that mindset came from. Like, the Bible has never told his people to settle. Why would he tell us to settle when he's a king? Why would he tell his children to settle for less? Why would he tell us to settle for people who mistreat us? Why would he tell us to settle for us being hurt and just living in that hurt because we feel like, for whatever reason, there's no one else better? That's not how that works. That is not how this Christian journey works. I believe that God would not do that to us. I do believe that our choices bring us in certain situations, and he may have us stay just so we can learn from them and become better for them, because he will reroute us, and it may take us longer to get to where he wants us to get to, but he will reroute us based off of our choices. So if you have made a choice where you end up in this relationship, or you end up with this person, that person, whatever, all hope is not lost. You're going to say, like I said before, God allows things to happen. Prayerfully, we as Christians see it as an opportunity to grow. We change our perspective. We don't see it as punishment. We see it as a chance to basically be better for it. I hope this video is really making you guys think. It's really making you guys, ask those tough questions of why you're settling and who caused this hurt and what's making you think this way, and maybe you need to go to the Lord about a situation. And if you are scared to go to the Lord, because I will not lie to you guys and say that the answer may or may not be great, but if you are scared to go to the Lord, pray that fear away, because again, if he says it, he ordained it, and it's only going to be best for you. Yes, you may have to wait. Yes, it may be a no. But regardless, if it came from his mouth, it came from his spirit, it came from his voice, you can't lose. You just have to practice self-control, and you basically got to practice all those fruits of the spirits we talked about in a previous video that I will link here. So once again, thank you guys so much for watching. Again, I hope you guys got a lot from it. If you did, please share it with a friend. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and comment down below if you want me to elaborate on something in the future. Hope to see you guys on Friday for 5-Day Friday, where I break down key Bible and life principles in under 5 minutes. So I'm pretty sure you guys have 5 minutes to spare. You don't want to miss it. I'll see you next time. Bye.